Hey guys, Jeff with OptionBoxer.com. Hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas. I hope you got to spend time with your loved ones. And I do hope that as we head into 2023, I wish you the very best. I want you to know that I'm not a registered financial advisor, and this video is not a recommendation for you to buy or sell any security or attempt the strategy I'm going to share with you today. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a watch list. And the way I would go about doing that is if I already had the watch list, I would just add the watch list. Otherwise, I would come right here and click Create Watch List. Now, I've already done that, so I'm not going to do it again. And I've just labeled it Options Day Trading. From there, I would want to go to the Trade tab. Now, I'm going to trade SPY. You may want to trade something else, but I would go to SPY. And I would simply right mouse click on that, click Copy, and then I would just paste it into the box there. Now, I already have a put and a call set up, so that would have been my put. And you could trade whatever contract you want. If you want to go further in the money, you can do that. If you want to go further out of the money, you can do that as well. Kind of is just a risk mitigation technique, but I like to trade right at the money. I feel like you get a good movement. I also like to trade about 10 days when I do day trading options, because I feel like theta doesn't impact the position too much, but you also get close enough to expiration that you are getting increased volatility, because I want the contract to move relatively quickly. I've already got the flexible grid set up, but I'm gonna dial this back to square one, and we're gonna kind of create this together. That way you can kind of see what it looks like from scratch, and that way you can kind of create it yourself. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add one below. I want to have two different levels here. And then I'm going to add two, as you saw at the beginning. I'm going to make these a little bit shorter. Once you have that, we're going to add one to the right over here. At that point, you can go ahead and turn off the customized grid because you no longer need it. You've got the chart, or I've got the chart set up the way that I want it. I'm going to go ahead and add SPY there. I'm going to add SPY there. And I'm going to turn off the chart on SPY for now. And I'm going to add active trader and big buttons, and I'll show you that momentarily. The other charts I'm going to go ahead and take a look at are going to be the advanced decline chart. I'm sorry, the advanced chart and the decline chart separately. There is actually, I think, a way where you could look at them together on the same chart, but I like to see them separately. And then the tick chart. Now, admittedly, the tick chart's it's not absolutely necessary. I don't really use it to take a trade or to impact my decision to take a trade, but I like to see kind of where the market is heading at any given moment, and the tick chart gives me the most up to the second information to see what the overall market kind of looks like. Is it ticking higher, or is it ticking lower? I want to select my chart style. Now, I already have a day trading style set up, which you can see it has the volume profile, 9 exponential moving average. That's all I have set up on there. Now, I've gone through this volume profile and kind of customized it to my liking. You can see the settings there. I'm not going to go through all of them. You can kind of pause the video if you need to. And I've set these up the way that I like them to look. And that's pretty much it. The other volume profile you see there is if I was on a daily chart, it would give me the daily volume profile. Go ahead and change the style on all of my charts. I like them to have the day trading style on all of them. It kind of cleans them up. Then I would just zoom in on the charts so that I don't have all that noise in the background kind of distracting me. Now we're going to trade using the big buttons, or I trade using the big buttons. But in order for this to be effective, we've got to set up a couple of things. First thing you're going to want to do is, I don't like to buy at the market or sell at the market, but I'll leave them on there for now. I'm going to delete the reverse button, order template selector, and then I also want to see the position indicator. So I'm just going to move this up to just above quantity, just below quantity. That makes more sense. I like to leave cancel all or flatten there in case I do have some outstanding orders. You'll see here in a second that I set up bracket orders. So I like to have the cancel all button there. If at any point I'm just like, okay, this trade's just kind of bouncing around, it's not going anywhere, I want to cancel all the open orders, and I want to go ahead and close the position, whatever that may be. But the active trader window is open here because we've got to go ahead and make sure order template selector and order template editor are added to the active trader. And once you do that, if you click this little drop down arrow, you'll see the template selector here. And I've already got it set up for a 4% take profit and a 4% trail stop. and you can set it up to whatever you like. But once you start to change this and you start to create the order that you like, you'll see this little save button here. Click the save button, type the name in, and when you do that, once you add those things to the active trader window, you'll get it as an option here in your drop down list on the template selector here. It'll also be available here, but there's no option for you to be able to customize the order from the big buttons menu. So it took me a little bit of time to figure out that it was kind of hidden here on the active trader window. And anytime you're ready, you can select the quantity if you wanted to trade 5 contracts, 10 contracts, whatever it may be. Come down here, select it really quickly, and you're ready to hit the button at any moment. So if I bought the market right here, I don't have auto send selected, so if I bought the market, it would show me the order entry window. If you wanted to just be quick about it and you wanted to just buy the market or sell the market, you could do that there. First thing I guess I should have said before I got into that kind of long-winded approach is you want to set this window up. You want the order screen here, or the big buttons, to be set to open your puts or your calls, whichever one you're looking at. So I've got it saved to yellow here. I have all the other charts set to unlinked. So I've got this one set to yellow. The strategy that I use, so price is currently below the 9 EMA. So we're going to want to set an alert for when price crosses above the 9 EMA. So let's go ahead and create that alert again. And let's go ahead and study. Let's choose it. And now let's go and edit it. And so you can see I've got it set for the close, or the closing price, to cross above the moving average exponential. And if you look at this, you can see I've got it set on the 5-minute period, the 5-minute chart. Crosses above the exponential, the 9 exponential moving line, and again, that's the close. The only thing I would tell you to do, to be careful here when you're setting up a custom study, is make sure you select the time frame you want here before you create the study. A lot of times, if you don't select it here first at the top of the screen, and for whatever reason it's kind of cut off on mine, I don't know if that's the same on yours, but it kind of hides that. And if you don't select it there and you create the study, it'll give you an error and it won't let you submit this. It won't let it go through. So there's definitely a little bug there. And it's been there for years. They haven't changed it. They haven't fixed it. And I've never mentioned it to ThinkorSwim. So it's certainly something to keep your eyes on. But once you've got that set up, you click OK, and then you could go ahead and create the alert. So now when price crosses above the 9 EMA, it's going to send me a text message. Go to Setup, Application Settings, and you can look on here for notifications, and you can set it to send you an email, but you can set all that up here through the application settings menu, and get it to give you an alert on your phone. That way, if you are out and about and you're not in front of your trading screen, it'll send you the alert to your phone, and it just kind of signals, hey, there might be a day trading opportunity, fast approaching. But at that point, I still don't enter the order. I look here on the advanced chart or the decline chart. So if price were to have rallied and closed above, and again, I stress closed above the 9 EMA. You can see I've got the crosshairs is set up to where they show up on every screen. If you want that as well, click on the gear icon on any of your charts. Go to General, and it says Synchronize Crosshair Positions, and then that way you can kind of follow along. Okay, so now with the alert created, and we want to take a look at kind of the strategy and how I use it. I've added this red line that goes on every one of these charts to show you that if I had set the alert for it to alert me when price crosses below the 9 EMA line, I would have gotten an alert on that candle right there that we see kind of highlighted by this red line. I would have gotten the alert. But if I got in immediately and created the order, or sent in this case, a put order, and just let it go, it would have gotten stopped out because you see price reversed immediately. So I create the alert. I would actually create the alert on all of these charts in case one of them indicated before the SPY, but I only really trade off the SPY, and then I use these two as my confirmation. But I would create the alert on all 3 charts, especially if I wasn't sitting in front of the screen. That way it would show me if there was an indication. But let's continue with the example I've got here on the screen. So I would have gotten the alert Immediately I would have looked over here at the advanced line. I would have seen that things look like they're going in the right direction. Things are getting bearish, but I have not gotten a close below the 9 EMA over here. So like I said, I use it for confirmation. Same thing is true here. If this green bar would have closed above the 9 EMA, I probably would have said that's good enough for me. Let's get bearish. And the trade would have still worked out, but I probably would have been stopped out before it did. However, if I had used that as my indication, so now I'm looking at the chart, I got the alert. Price moved substantially against me on this point, but I didn't enter the trade. And then now I've got another opportunity here where price closed below. Now I'm going to take a look 2 candles later, and I'm going to see what is price doing on these charts. So you can see on the advanced chart, this is not a good setup. It looks like it's it's going the wrong way. The same thing is true on the decline chart. It looks like it's going the wrong way. But if you notice, the very next bar, things start to move back in our direction, and now we get, let's go ahead and remove this. So we get the cross back below. It crosses below, stays below, and then on this bar right here, we get the cross that we're looking for on this chart, and then we get a confirmation on the very next bar. Confirmation we wanted. We're just watching the advanced decline line for the confirmation. So once we get the move we want here, we can go ahead and remove some of these. So we had the initial indication to give us the alert. Price didn't move in our favor. Then we got another indication here. Once we got this second indication, we're now looking at the advanced decline line to see if there's more decliners coming into the market or more advancers coming into the market. And then you can use the tick chart as well, but I'm kind of avoiding that at this moment. And you're just kind of looking to see, are things starting to move in your favor? And then you can see on this bar right here, we got the crossover on the decline line, which means the decliners were ramping up. And if we were prepared and we had our trade window ready, we would simply click on call or put, in this case a put, and we would select our take profit and stop loss order or trail stop order, and then simply buy or sell the market there. And then that way you'd be into the position, and your take profit and your stop loss are already there. You could walk away if you wanted to. You could watch how this trade works out. And it really creates a high probability day trade. Walk through it one more time because I felt like it got a little bit confusing. I'm creating the alert on this chart. I'm creating the alert on this chart and this chart. And the reason I do it on all 3 charts, again, is so that if we get a move, the bearishness is entering into the market, even if price hasn't followed yet, it's bound to if bearishness is coming in. So I would set the alert there. Again, I don't take the trade until I've got confirmation. Sometimes in that instance, I would get confirmation, and then maybe price would fall down below the 9 EMA. Well, the trade is confirmed. I could go ahead and enter it that way. I use the advanced decline charts for confirmation, and I use the SPY chart to trade from. So hopefully that makes sense. That is my strategy in complete detail. That is how you set up the charts. That is how I set the charts up. And then I just use the 4% up, 4% down. I've played with a number of other setups here. I've gone as high as like maybe a 7% take profit and a 1% stop loss. Too tight on the stop loss and it gets triggered really quickly. Too far on the take profit and price doesn't rally all the way up to the area you want it to take the profit. So you end up kind of leaving money in the market. And I can always reopen a position if I wanted to later on. So for me, 4% up and down works good on the amount that I'm trading, which is usually anywhere from $300 to $700 or so per contract. 4% is usually plenty for me. Depending on what you're trading and how much it costs would kind of dictate whether 4% is enough. That's literally everything in detail. If you have questions, feel free to reach me in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching. I do hope you, again, have a fantastic 2023. And I look forward to making more videos and putting more stuff out there. And you guys can let me know in the comments what you think, or if there's questions, or if you have something that you do differently. I'd certainly love to hear it. Always love reaching out to other traders. But again, appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.